Fabric Art Collage, 40 Mixed Media Techniques by Rebecca Mayer. Everything you ever wanted to know about mixed media fabric collage techniques, the supplies, the fun of creating. Learn more than 40 original techniques, each illustrated with step-by-step photos. So this is fabric art, and it has a variety of, in the table of contents we have the tools and supplies that you need to use, and it goes through the list: painting and stamping, creating base material, texture, embellishments, fibres, hot tools, distressing, assembling the layers, and some projects. So the nice thing about this is that it goes through, as it says, it goes through the materials, and it goes through, well, if you use it with this is the kind of effect that you can get. And she has examples of how she has worked with the fabric. So like stenciling with paint. So stenciling paint into fabric, and what you would do, dry brushing. So all the techniques that you might need that you may have heard about if you're new to mixed media, but you may not be familiar with the technique itself. You may not have done it, but this shows you how to do it and goes through it. Layering, looking at the types of materials that you can use: tissue fabric, patchwork fabric, paper, and building on what you've already just learned with the materials, using stitching, either machine stitching or hand stitching. Looking at embellishments, what kind of things can you add to a piece of work to create, you know, you can create beads, you can create beads out of fabric. Looking at different fibres and other tools in which you can get effects into the work. Hot stamping, embossing, so many, distressing, using dyes and examples of the way that you can distress. So we've got tea and coffee here, inks and spray paints, and then how you would assemble the layers. So from what you've learned with the different fabrics, materials, the tools, how you would layer it, looking at colour and composition. And then at the back we have projects that you can work on. So we've got this canvas quilt, and it's got the materials and the design elements that were used, and the techniques that it relates to she lists there, so you can go to that page and see, okay, well, this is what they used. The bird quilt, and again a link to the particular technique to achieve that effect. Bleaching. So that I think it's a nice book to build up your skills and get you started on working with fabric and mixed media. And then at the back we have a gallery and examples of mini fabric quilts and other things, wall hangings. This is, yeah, definitely a lovely book to work through and to get you familiar with working with supplies.